I'm here on the job site with Dale, who's a framing contractor.
Hey, good morning.
Dale traded up to Geico Commercial Auto Insurance for all his business vehicles. We're here where he needs us most.
Yep, they sure are.
We make it easy for him to save on all his insurance needs, all in one place, with coverage that fits his business and bottom line. Oh, I shouldn't have looked down.
It's all right.
We're so far up here.
Look at me. Take a deep breath.
No, I'm good. So good.
Get a commercial auto insurance quote today at geico.com and see how much you could save. It feels good to Geico.
Looking for music that lifts your spirit and fills your heart? Experience the powerful sound of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square. Now streaming on all your favorite music platforms. Find the Tabernacle Choir on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Pandora. Let the music of the Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square inspire you today and every day. Whether you're at home, in the car, or on the go, enjoy the beauty of their world-renowned sound anytime. The Tabernacle Choir at Temple Square, streaming now.
The 4 o'clock hour is here.
It's fun time!
And you're locked on to Jake Scott and Ben Anderson.
No. Whoa! Coin toss coming down right now.
Is it really?
The Utah Jazz have won the tiebreaker with the Sacramento Kings.
Wow.
They are guaranteed to hold on to this year's draft pick.
How about that? Breaking news.
Just came down.
This is Jake and Ben on 97.5. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Join Scotty G and the coach coming up on Wednesday from 11 to 2 at Tim Daly Mazda and Sandy, 10785 South Auto Mall Drive. Yes, that was the big story of last hour. The Jazz won the coin toss with the Kings, meaning they will automatically keep their draft pick. They still split the odds, but they cannot fall to 9. So the Jazz will be participating in the up-and-coming draft. Ben, a couple other things, and then we've got our music segment real quick. We've had some feedback and some stuff going on online, part of the big announcement. Yes, Jake and Ben, we're moving up in the day, our schedule to 2 to 6. And as a celebration, I guess, the KSL Sports, Maddie put together a promotional video that's like a, what is it, takeoff of the Full House?
Full House intro,
which is pretty funny. Great job by those guys on that. But Andrew tweets in and says, Tim looks like the cool high school teacher that really connects with his students, and Jake looks like he really wants to teach you about investing in cryptocurrency.
Oh, okay. Crypto Jake. Could be a new identity.
And then Adam says, the Audio Vault, a new segment or an old one you decided to dust off now that you have 4 hours of airtime to fill? The latter.
We don't need to get into that.
The latter.
Yeah. We don't need to point everything out.
Okay. If you are new to our show, maybe you just don't have a chance to tune in during the midday from 10 to noon. That is certainly understandable. But, Ben, I've been honing my talents as a songwriter for the past, year or two.
Sometime.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
So I get the band together, I write some tunes, and we make music. And we play it on the show. You'll hear our Island Vibes at the end of every show.
Yes.
Just Jake and Ben talking
rule.
sports.
Good. We got to make sure we point out that rule.
Yeah. So that is a thing. Should we revisit a couple of our favorites and then we'll do some new music?
Yeah, the midday crowd knows your music.
Right.
But the afternoon crowd certainly does not.
So this one was probably my favorite and where I want to start because I am writing a musical about Bob Costas.
Uh-huh.
And this was the centerpiece of the musical. This is the big number, the Go, 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 Joseph, if you will.
Yeah, defying gravity.
Right,
Yeah.
It's about Bob not wanting to take the night off even though he has pink eye.
At the Olympics.
So let's play a little bit of Bob Will Never Blink.
They taped my lips in matching gauze. The makeup team applied applause. The interns gag, the crew recoils. They Lysol spray my pens and coils. The producer pleads, we've called a sub. He's handsome, healthy, scrub-a-dub. But who will hype the bobsled run if Blinky Bob's not having fun? The steers fly, the torches blaze. The ice dancers earn perfect praise. How could I leave this frosty fight for chamomile and candlelight? I will not take the night off. I will not leave this chair. My pupils look like chairs.
All right.
Yeah, so you get the idea.
Yeah,
He's
but you're
not-
varied. You're not just a Broadway writer.
No. I did the other one. We'll kind of play to get people familiar with it. By the way, it's still good.
It's a good song.
It's
move over, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
It's still pretty great.
Jake's here.
I mean, you wait till you see the rest of it.
Yeah.
I gotta do the follow up where Tarico fully bullies him out of his job. That's that's the next thing.
The end of the play.
Yeah,
At least
right.
the end of the second act.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then he comes back doing Sunday Night Baseball. Clear-eyed. But it all dials back to that one day. But no, we did a campaign to sponsor the Jake and Ben show last year. And so I thought I came up with a pretty good, I don't know, you can't call this a jingle. It's a jam.
It's a pitch.
It's a jam
It's a ballad.
to encourage people to jump on board. Let's go ahead and play that.
Neon dreams light up the night. The Jake and Ben show shining bright. Voices calling through the air. A world of wonder if you dare. But we need you now. The keep it alive. Text GB to 575 around the rack. Sponsor the show. Let the love flow. Just one small text will help.
So we got a taste of your range.
I think it's a lot of range. That's a good
You can
word
go, you can go Broadway. You can go pure hair rock 80s ballad.
Yeah, kind of 80s ballad there. Sponsor the show. Text JB to 575.
Don't do it anymore. Yeah.
You could still sponsor the show.
Yeah, we'd love that.
But you
No
can't
text line.
text that.
Yeah.
that
Now
number.
2 to 6.
No, now 2 to 6. Yeah. All right, so I've got 3 new ones now.
Wow,
I don't know
it's
if
been
we
busy.
can. I don't know if we can play all of them because they are kind of long. But we cover a wide variety. We, as I said, we use the Island Vibes to close the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need something to open it. Okay. So I think we need a Jake and Ben theme song.
Okay.
Now, if you guys want to veto this and say it's not good, that's
I've
fine.
not
I can
ever heard this.
I can go back to the drawing board. Yeah, Ben has never heard
This is
these
fresh from the lab.
this new version. So this is the Jake and Ben theme song potentially. Go ahead, Christian.
From 2 to 6. Monday through Friday, tune it in. Jake and Ben are jumping in on 97.5, the K-Swell Sports Zone. Turn it up. You're in the zone. It's the Jake and Ben Show. Hot takes on the go. Bad jokes, big laughs, that's how they roll. Hey! From 2 p.m. to driving home, it's the Jake and Ben Show, where the fun runs the whole show. Talking ball till the whistle blows on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Crazy calls and wild depicts, arguing who's good, who's great. Busting chops, then switching gears. Big time guests in your ears. It's the Jake and Ben Show. Hot takes on the go. Bad jokes, big laughs, that's how they roll. Oh yeah. From 2 p.m. to driving home, it's the Jake and Ben Show, where the fun runs the whole show. Talking ball till the whistle blows on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. So grab a seat, don't be late. Jake and Ben.
I'm up for it. Only if we play the entire song to open the show every single day.
Fine with me.
2.5 minute open.
Well, there's a couple verses. We could just go through the first verse.
No, it's all or nothing. It's got to be the entire show. The first 2 minutes has to be the most unlistenable radio in all of Salt Lake City. To
That's
set you
not
up
unlistenable.
For the next 4 hours.
Jeez.
How was
Harsh
that?
critics.
That was unlistenable. I mean, hot takes, bad jokes. That's basically what we are.
It's a very meta song.
I thought it was good. Now I'm having a crisis of confidence. Christian,
no,
what
it was-
do you think?
I will say that while it was playing and we're all listening to it, I mean, the cameras were off during that segment, but we were all three
We're
of
all
us were
bobbing our
sitting
heads.
here bobbing our
Jamming.
heads. Yeah.
Jamming.
Right. So let's do that for 2.5 minutes to start every single show at 2 o'clock.
You just called it unlistenable. How dare you?
Sorry to you and the band.
It's very descriptive. Gave
it
all
was-
the information
it was
that is
very
necessary.
on the nose.
Yeah.
Now, so is
That's what an opening song's supposed to be.
Take the Night Off, or I Will Not Take the Night Off. Also very on the eye, But yeah,
So to speak.
so to speak. All right. Well, what else do you have?
Okay, there's the opening. This one, Christian is back with us. He's a new father.
Okay.
He has a son
2-week-old.
named Dalton.
What are we at? 16 days? 17 days.
A lot of math.
17 days.
And so this one is for Christian. This one's called Drowning in Diapers.
Christian on the couch, remote in his hand, game on the screen like he's a one-man band. Dalton starts wailing from the nursery fall. Wife in the doorway says, "Get off that log." Now he's drowning in diapers up to his lazy eyes. Thought he'd surf on the sofa, now it's lullabies. Drowning in diapers, no time for alibis. 'Cause love looks like 3 a.m. and surprise supplies. He checks with one finger, says he smells just fine. She folds her arms, gives him that line. Christian Esparza, you help make that boy. You can change a diaper. You can earn your joy. So he's drowning in diapers.
Drowning in diapers.
Burning the
I like that he checked with one finger.
Checked with one
It
finger.
smells fine.
It smells. Every person has done that. He's fine.
And then the wife's like,
Bring him over here.
is he fine?
Drowning in diapers.
How are the diapers going?
Oh, it's more than I expected, I'll tell you that.
Well, you're at the stage still where as soon as you see the blue line, you're like,
Change it.
gotta change him.
Change it.
And by the time they're like a year and a half old, you're like, that'll last for the next 3 days.
He's been in the
He's
same
fine.
diaper for weeks.
Yeah. When did you change him? Tuesday. What day is it? I don't know. You'll be fine. But you guys are at that point where it's like anything you're changing. I
It's
get.
like, yeah, at least 10 a day.
Yeah.
Wait till you get to solids, pal. You're gonna love that.
Right.
You're gonna love that. All right.
That's the finger thing.
So there's number 2, drowning in diapers for Christian. And then number 3, and I like drowning in diapers in our theme song, but I think this one might be the best one.
This is our best work.
This one goes out to our guy Nurk, who underwent season-ending surgery on his nose.
Yusuf Nurkic, as you like to call him, what do you call him? The beak?
The Bosnian beak.
Bosnian beak. Underwent nasal surgery at the midway point of the year. We
He
did
did.
not see him again.
Yeah. So what is this one technically called, Christian? Nurk can finally breathe.
All right.
Let's play it.
Nurk took a charge on a Tuesday night. Caught one straight on the nose, saw stars, saw light. Coach said shake it off, crowd roar, you'll be fine. But every breath since then felt stuck in a lie. Hey, Nurk can finally breathe, open sky running through his teeth. Utah crowd singing, feel that breeze. Hey, Nurk can finally breathe, spinning down the lane so free. I swear I even look better, he grins with ease. 3 long years of that crooked stream, sleeping like a bear with a broken dream. Season gone sideways, team down in a funk. Utah boys huddled round, said fix that trunk. Man, we're tired of watching you fight for air. Call the doc, let them straighten that stare. We'll lose some games, we'll lose some pride, but we want you all inside. Hey, Nurk can finally breathe, open sky running through his teeth. Utah crowd singing, feel that breeze. Hey, Nurk can finally breathe, spinning down the lane so free.
Sing along, baby.
It's very, like John Legend-y a little bit, like
Yeah.
his jazzier stuff. So we went from, we opened with Broadway Bob Costas, who, by the way, probably plays himself, right? Because he's not letting anybody else have that
That's
job.
probably true.
It's like you try to cast Bill Pullman.
Bob's like, I don't think so.
Cut his brakes. Weird. Then we went to the ballad, was sponsor the show. Then we went to, like, what was that? The Music Man?
Yeah, I was going for kind of opening that way, yeah.
Okay. With the Jake
Wait, pump this part up.
in the afternoon.
I just want to get
Feel
this
the
part.
breeze.
Nurk can't finally breathe.
Then it was Drowning in Diapers, which was like wasn't quite Bob Dylan-y, but it was more singer-songwriter. And then we close it with John Legend, with some jazzy.
Nurk can
not quite
finally
R&B,
breathe.
but yeah.
I
All
pray
right.
that Yusuf Nurkic hears this song.
Oh man, we got to get it to Nurk. I bet his life's totally different.
If anybody has made it through this segment and is still listening, I hope that they're able to get that to our guy, the Bosnian Beast, aka the Bosnian Beast.
That was all gold. I'm not going to let your downer energy get me down.
I'm up for it. I'm just telling you, if
That
we're
was
going to
all
play
amazing.
the intro, which, by the way, got some text. Shout out Trevor Allen, listening on his drive down to, at least he's going to Manti. He said that's fire. He said that's got to be the opening of the show. And I said, fine. Then it's got to be the full 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I want to have the longest intro in sports history.
Nurk can't finally breathe. I think we're all relieved. I like it just a sing along there at the. I feel like we could all.
It would catch on.
Hold hands and feel good for Nurk. Like round the world support for Nurk's nose.
Well, it's got a good hook
for the Bosnian Beak.
Yeah,
we can finally breathe again.
My wife liked the Drowning in Diapers.
Did she? Okay, that's good.
Shout out to everybody listening.
Well, yeah, I'm sure she's busting your hump all day to get off your duff and help out a little bit.
Well, that segment cost us a fortune. That blew our entire budget for the year.
Well, the guys are well paid.
Yeah, Jake pays the guys well, and of course, Dad's got to eat too. So
yeah,
Jake,
right.
The leader of the band's got to get paid.
Got to carve that off the top. Yeah, well, I got royalties, bro.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. A little music segment for you.
And it pops up occasionally. You and the band get together. You're kind of the Rick Rubin of the whole situation. You're just kind of pointing them in the right direction, writing some of the lyrics. And maybe monthly? Maybe bi-monthly?
Somewhere
we have
around
something
there.
come up.
When I feel
the band
inspired.
comes out. You got a little downtime.
And Nurk's Nose was definitely inspirational.
I think that was the hit. Can I say that was
jam?
my favorite? I think that was the
Yeah.
best. Nurk Can Finally Breathe. And this is it has some shelf life. I mean, all of these really do. Our show's going to be around for, after that segment, at least the next 2 weeks. And then Christian has a baby and is going to be in diapers for 4 years, 3
Still
years,
drowning
whatever.
in diapers.
So that has some time. And then at least through free agency, if Nurk comes back.
Oh, that
Nurk
could live
can
on.
finally breathe.
Nurk had 3 triple doubles in a row. Everybody's going to remember Nurk.
That's true.
They got shut down for a beak injury. How often does that happen?
And we'll have to track him wherever he lands if he doesn't
And
land
his
in
healthy
Utah.
beak. I bet he balls out next year.
Yeah, better than
He'll
ever.
finally sleep again. He was sleeping like a bear. with a nightmare?
Well, first of all, he's going to look dazzling.
Already does.
Because they probably, while they were in there, just clean it up a little bit too. Just whatever.
Little rhinoplasty, make it look
give me
good.
the right look. And then he's going to be breathing well, so his cardio is going to be at an all-time high. So he's going to be absolutely fit.
We've got Live at 5 at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. We've got rules of the show at 5:30. Stay tuned. We'll talk Mammoth hockey and, of course, the NBA playoffs straight ahead. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
You're listening to this podcast, so I know you've got a curious mind. Here's a helpful fact you may not know yet. Drivers who switch and save with Progressive save over $900 on average. Pop over to Progressive.com, answer some questions, and you'll get a quick quote with discounts that are easy to come by. In fact, 99% of their auto customers earn at least one discount. Visit Progressive.com and see if you can enjoy a little cash back. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $946 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2024 and May 2025. Potential savings will vary.
Not only do these guys give you the best Jazz coverage in the market, they've got you covered with the Mammoth, the Cougars, the Utes, and the Aggies. This is Jay Scott and Ben Anderson on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Now 2 to 6. Tune in every single day. We also want to remind you to call my friends at Trajan Wealth today, your local trusted financial fiduciary. That is Trajan Wealth. I thought I'm going to ignore your negative energy.
I thought it was a positive. I'm just trying to give you honest feedback.
And shout out to Wild Turkey Fart Blunt on the Snap Talk. He created some album art for Christian's song "Drowning in Diapers."
Yeah.
And I am excited that Christian's wife liked that song. I was hoping she would. Congratulations to her.
Shout out Julia.
Was it hard to leave home? You've been at home with the baby for a couple of weeks. Was it hard to go? Were you excited to get back to work? How'd it work?
Well, and it's a new schedule for us and the show, right? So it's already an adjustment, changing what time I come into the station. So yeah, it was a little weird waking up and then having like a few hours at home with her and the baby, and then saying, "Okay, I have to go to work."
How are you? What's your go-to hold? You like the football hold?
Christian hasn't
like
touched that baby yet.
Yeah,
have
well,
you
it's
not
been
a
few months?
What do I hold?
You're not holding the baby?
I like the over the shoulder.
Fireman carry. So
Yeah.
your head's facing
Yeah.
down your back. Smart.
I was
You don't
like,
hurt your back that way.
Drape a burp cloth over my shoulder. Yeah.
I was like the football with my youngest. You know what I'm talking about, where you hold him like with the forearm, because I feel like it maximized what I could do.
Okay.
Then my second hated that.
Okay.
Hated it.
She did not like
the
it.
first loved it. The second
You could write
hated
music
it.
with your offhand.
Oh man, I was doing dishes. I was doing all sorts of stuff. My second one required much more attention.
You have a baby, Bjorn?
No, I don't know. What's that?
That's the thing that the baby sits in, like you just strap it to yourself and the baby can sit there. That way you can
In the front.
My wife does. I haven't
Yeah.
used it yet, but I can't wait.
Taking it for a walk yet?
Yeah, we did. We took him for 2 walks. One, we took him out probably earlier than we should have, and he started screaming.
How's the dog handling it?
Dog's loving him.
Cowboy likes him?
He loves him.
Protective?
Yeah, and he'll get up and like want to lick him and stuff. He's very gentle, which is good.
My dog, who passed away in your absence, really did not like my grandma coming over to see the baby.
Oh really?
Shout out Big G. Yeah.
Have you experienced the purple cry yet?
Like, he cries so hard he turns purple.
Hey, you haven't heard of the term purple cry? Yeah, there is some purple in there, but like the unconsolable cry.
He got close, and my wife, she's a nurse, so she can see like she's a NICU nurse, right? So she deals with babies. She saw it coming and like picked him up and said he's gonna stop breathing.
What a hack.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wife knows everything already. Good for her.
Did you see that the clinic wore ankle socks? And everybody's in game one against the Spurs, and people are either clowning him or giving a shout out like a true throwback millennial.
Since we have a new audience, the clinic is former Utah Jazz man Kelly Olynyk, who now plays for the San Antonio Spurs. There is a list, a mile long, of nicknames that Jake has for people that he just says, assuming that everybody listening for the first time or otherwise knows who they are. So I will do my best to interpret what Jake is saying so you understand.
Hey, we can talk about this more with the rules, but people, I am happy to reset any bit.
Absolutely. You just said the clinic the first time there, like everybody knows who the clinic is.
Hey, Thurl was calling him the clinic, too.
Okay.
That kind of caught on.
Kelly Olynyk, the clinic, was wearing ankle socks.
He was wearing ankle socks, and
Okay.
people are, because I am, do you remember the time, Ben, and this is showing how old I am. We can actually talk some NBA playoffs here in a minute, but I remember getting clowned by my classmates because I was wearing normal length socks.
Mm-hmm.
When ankle socks first came in, and if you were seen with socks that went above your ankle, you were made fun of.
A dweeb, yeah.
So, and this is truly one of the most hurtful parts of my upbringing.
Your socks?
Because I was in junior high.
Okay.
And we went out to, I got sad that I was clowned for my socks. So I switched it up in gym. I said, Mom, go give me some ankle socks.
Some socks. Or at the very least, a pair of scissors.
I'm getting freaking bullied here.
Yeah.
This is brutal. So I got some ankle socks and I went to gym. My first day at gym in my ankle socks. And all of a sudden people started making fun of me. I was like, what are you talking about? And I looked down and Ben, I've got up to my ankle a tan line. A tan line.
Yeah.
So now I have ankle socks, but I'm getting clowned for my tan line. It was like, I can't win with you bullies. Leave me alone. And from this day on, that day on, I've been sensitive about my socks.
So what do you do? Just wear like knee highs or what? Thigh highs? What are you wearing? Just
No, I'm back to just normal socks.
Normal socks.
But I'm not
okay.
wearing shorts.
Pantyhose?
No, but I've been damaged, even though the ankle socks went out, apparently, because it's news that Kelly Olynyk's wearing ankle socks. I just continued on with it because I think I'm kind of damaged.
Well, it's nice because Kelly, at most, I would think there would actually be a real issue here, which is you're wearing high top shoes. If you're wearing ankle socks, we're talking blisters, right? We're talking like ankle irritation.
The clinic goes with the low tops, though.
Does he?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, he only played 53 seconds, so it didn't end up being an issue. But I bet he didn't think he was going to be on the floor. So he's like, "Yeah, I'll wear dress socks." I
think he's got the low tops on.
Oh, that does look weird.
I think he should be their number one. The Jazz, that is, their number one free agent target.
Over the Bosnian Beak.
Well, I mean, what a Sophie's choice. But I think that the clinic has more to offer the Jazz young players
than Yusuf Nurkic.
Because
you want him to teach them how to
play dirty.
I
don't like. No offense to the Bosnian Beak, but I don't want you to teach the Jazz young players how to cook out there.
Sure, no triple doubles.
No, we don't.
Spiral fractures of the forearm.
No, but does Phil need to learn how to slide somebody under the basket? 100%.
Yeah. Here's how you take out a man's ACL without the ref noticing.
Who's Phil? Well, that's Kyle Filipowski.
Not Flip, which everybody else calls him.
No, it's Phil.
Phil. Yeah.
But Phil needs to learn how to pop Kevin Love's shoulder out of
their teammates
socket when it comes down to it. Just an example of what the clinic has done.
Okay.
In his past.
Okay.
Like he'll find a role in this playoffs. He will go out there and hurt the other team's best player at some point.
Kind of wonder if that's what the Mammoth need.
That's exactly what the Mammoth need.
They need their own clinic, Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah, they sure do. Yeah. So now I'm going to be paying attention. Does he stay with the ankle socks?
Okay, because he got made fun of.
I don't know. Some people are saying it's a great throwback to the millennial. Like it's a shout out to the millennials.
Okay, which he is one.
Christian, what version of sock was is in style now?
I think ankle socks, maybe mid. I used to wear the tall Nike socks, and I would get teased a little bit for that. So I guess mid.
Got to bring back the tube sock with the stripe. The two stripes, the two parallel stripes. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Anyway, the Spurs. Let me ask you this. We can transition to either the big Jazz news of the day. They win the coin toss with Sacramento, so they're keeping their pick for sure. Ensuring that this season, which was not the most enjoyable Jazz season, that certainly I have covered or you have, I'm sure, Ben, that it does pay off and they do keep their pick and they will pick no lower than 8th. I say go ahead and plan on 7th, but they will pick no lower than 8th. So you may be watching other teams in the playoffs this year, but the Jazz will still keep their pick.
And you can go into the lottery basically carefree. Now, I know Jazz fans now are going to want to be, I mean this nicely, greedy and are going to just want to get a top 3 pick. I have contended the entire time that holding on to the pick should be the ultimate goal. If you can get the pick, you've got a good roster, you've got a very good young player in Ace Bailey, get the pick, add on top. If it's 1st, awesome. If it's 8th, awesome. Just hold on to the pick. And now they're in a spot where that's going to be possible. In fact, it's insured. So that's going to be a very nice thing for the Jazz on lottery night to go in without even that creeping doubt that a 0.6% chance they could lose it. That's no longer the case. It is also kind of funny to look at it this way, is this is guaranteed to be the second best pick of this tanking stretch for the Utah Jazz. Now, Ace was 5, and maybe they can do better than 5, but Taylor Hendricks was 9 and Cody Williams was 10. This can't be 9 or 10. It has to be 8 or higher. So this is going to be the second highest lottery pick the Jazz have had over the last 4 seasons. And I think, honestly, this year's draft, and you never know, but this year's draft looks better than certainly the Cody Williams draft and the Taylor Hendricks draft outside of Victor Wembanyama was atop the Taylor Hendricks draft, but it got a little thinner towards the back of the middle section of the lottery. I think this year looks a little bit better. So we will see. But May 10th, 3 weeks from yesterday, is the draft lottery. So that's coming up right around the corner.
Hey, we do have some breaking NBA news, which I'm super excited about because one of my preseason predictions proved to be correct.
Okay.
In your face, Ben.
Oh, no.
Take that. I managed to predict that Victor Wembanyama would be the Defensive Player of the Year. And yes, it's official. He has been named that. And in fact, he is the first unanimous Defensive Player of the Year in the history of the league.
Did I not pick that?
Nope.
Did I say he wasn't going to play enough games?
No, I think you just didn't pick it.
I think I was assuming he was not going to play enough.
Ben, you predicted Dyson Daniels.
Good call.
Okay. How many games did Victor play? Did he play 65? He hit the absolute bare minimum. Why does this say 64? He didn't get an exemption. Like we saw for Cade and Luka. I think he played 65. I think Basketball Reference is wrong here. No, good for Victor. And by far the best defensive player on the planet. I mean, he impacts the game like nobody else. And while he had a very good offensive game as well, 35 points, he still is just such a game changer defensively. I do think it's interesting to watch the league respond by everybody trying to get bigger. And the Jazz did that with Jaren Jackson Jr. I certainly think they're going to chase it with Walker Kessler this offseason. I think size is going to be the name of the game going forward, and the Jazz have a lot of it, but Victor's going to be a handful as long as he's healthy moving forward. He's going to be one of the best, if not the best players in the NBA.
ESPN has him at 64, too.
Yeah. There's no way he only played 64.
I don't think so. Chet is number 2. He had 239 total points. You get 5 points for a first-place vote, 3 for second, 1 for third. And Victor got all of the first-place votes, so he had 500 points. Asar Thompson was third at 60. Rudolph at fourth with 41.
That's Rudy Gobert.
And then Scotty Barnes after that at 21.
Dyson Daniels got 3 total votes. 5
he did.
Points, so I wasn't that off.
1 second and 2/3.
I only lost by 495 points. Otherwise, pretty good.
Draymond Green still got a third-place vote. Come on. What clowns are they letting vote on this thing?
Yeah. And everybody. Yeah, every media member.
You give Draymond Green, old man Green, a third-place vote for
Draymond
Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah. I like that Warriors team that won 35 games.
There's not a chance that he is the third best defensive player on the planet.
No. Nobody can justify that vote.
Now, I admire his ability to go out there and old man it up during the game, but he is no longer the Draymond Green that he was. So who is giving him a vote?
I will be curious how the Jazz defend Victor going forward with Jaren, with Walker, with Lowry, with even Ace, who's going to probably draw some of these like switches and have to guard guys in the post. And he's pretty big. Ace is pretty big. I'll be curious. They should be as equipped as anybody to do this, because if you want to have Walker roam and put Jaren on him, you can do that. Or if you want to put Walker on him and have Jaren roam, he can come over as a shot blocker. There are some options the Jazz have here. Now, Victor is going to become somewhat unguardable as he has the ability to step out to the 3. But on the flip side, who is Victor going to guard? Is he going to have to guard Jaren because Jaren's sitting at the 3-point line? And then you've got a 7-footer who catches a lot of lobs in either Lowry or Walker Kessler. Or does he stay in the paint and then you have a guy like Jaren who can space the floor and shoot over anybody? It is not the worst design that and I should say it more favorably. I think it's a nice design that the Jazz have.
I don't understand why teams don't play him more physically. You talk about that. I'd have Walker punch him in the kidney for the whole game. That's
the Kelly Olynyk.
Bring
in Kelly because Kelly knows his weak spots because he's practiced against him.
I always like that idea. But no, I'm talking about, if you want to talk about the Bosnian Beak, I'm talking about a giant player that's super heavy that just leans on Victor all game and makes it extremely difficult every time he catches the ball.
Teams have tried.
And maybe not Nurk, but a big guy who's going to play him physically.
No,
I don't know why more teams don't do that, because you're never going to block his shot. You screw rim protection. You're never going to block that thing. Walker and Jaren Jackson both are great, but what are you going to do?
Go back to the Jazz's best win of the season. Remember, they beat the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs
in the same
back-to-back.
weekend.
They went on the road. It was the second night of a back-to-back and beat the Spurs in San Antonio. And it was because Nurk was insane in that game, if I remember correctly, because Wemby has a hard time with a 300-pound high-skill player, and there are not a lot of those guys either. So I wouldn't actually be surprised. Steven Adams conceivably
go
should fit
lean on
into
him.
this type of model. Now, it's hard to go out and chase him around the three-point line, but then again, if you're an NBA team, you probably want Victor out on the three-point line shooting threes anyways.
Absolutely, you do. What do you want him out there shooting threes, even though he's good, or just
Dunking
leaning in
everything.
and dunking?
Yeah.
Doesn't even have to jump. He just kind of leans a little bit and then dunks on your head.
Yeah, Nurk had 16, 7, and 6 in 26 minutes, and the Jazz won 127-114. Again, you can't solve Victor Wembanyama, but there are going to be more effective strategies than others, and I think having big, skilled, strong dudes is going to be a part of it, who can also pull him out of the paint a little bit. And Nurk did that, and Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to be able to do that. Ideally, Lowry could do that, and I know neither of us are certainly waiting with bated breath about Walker's ability to step out and shoot the three a whole lot, but he flashed it at times, and if he does that, Jazz might be a weird matchup for him.
They don't need him to do that.
No, they don't.
I mean, you could make an argument before the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade. They kind of needed him to. I don't think you need him to do that.
Certainly not the top of his list.
Again, let's settle for 75% from the foul line.
Yeah, he shot 70% this year.
Yeah, he did.
It was 5 games, but it was a good
that doesn't count.
Start in the right direction.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, better than 50%.
All right. Stay tuned. We have more NBA news we can get to. We've got live at 5, at the top of the 5 o'clock hour. Rules of the show at 5:30. Stay tuned. Jake and Ben, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Insurance isn't one size fits all. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years now. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they'll show you options that fit your budget. So whether you're picking out your first policy or just looking for something that works better for you and your family, they make it easy to see your options. Visit Progressive.com. Find a rate that works for you with the Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
All systems go. This is Jake Scott and Ben Anderson. Now, every day from 2 to 6 on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Jacob Ben, now 2 to 6, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. It's time for the Rocky Mountain Chevy Play of the Weekend. Call in now, 801-575-ZONE, with the Chevy Strong Play of the Week to win a $20 Amazon gift card. With an impressive lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, it's no wonder that people are switching to Chevy. Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers, America's fastest growing full-line brand. Rocky Mountain Chevy Dealers. DJ and PK gave out the play this morning. If you know what that play is, be caller 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. Other NBA news today, Ben?
Bad news if you're a fan of the Portland Trailblazers. This is honestly one of the weirder starts to an ownership group I've ever seen. If you missed it, you don't remember, Tom Dundon, who owns the Miami Hurricanes, or the Carolina Hurricanes of the NHL, recently bought the Portland Trailblazers from the Allen family after Paul Allen passed away. And he bought it for $4.25 million.
Okay.
Now, Dundon, this guy, has a net worth of $2 billion. So the math doesn't quite math there. He is living up to this persona of a cheapskate, of somebody who's worth $2 billion, buying a professional sports team for $4.25 billion. This first started to show up in a weird way. There were people in a hotel, and they're like, why are all these Portland Trailblazers people hanging out in the lobby of a hotel? Players included, but the entire staff.
Jeremy Grant's there at the coffee machine.
Jeremy Grant,
Yeah.
Damian Lillard, who's just traveling with the team. He's hanging out there.
You're talking about We Were State's GM?
Exactly right. Dundon had them check out of their hotel rooms before the bus arrived to take them to the airport to avoid incurring another day's hotel room cost.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So he is not willing to foot the bill for a day's worth of hotels, and they're staying in 5-star hotels. I get it. But you're a billionaire taking care of the greatest athletes on the planet. Well, that's one sign. The next comes out that he has a perceived cap on how much he wants to pay the head coach of his team. NBA coaches, guys, make $7 to $10 million. I bet the low end, brand new, never done it before, bad team, not expected to do a lot, might make $5 million. He wants to pay $1.5 million or lower for his next head coach. $1.5 million is what assistant coaches make right now. The top assistant coaches make $1.5 million. He wants that to be the top for his head coaching job, which means you're just going to get a very bad coach, is the problem. Third, he has decided he doesn't want to travel two-way players to the playoffs to support the rest of the roster. Now, look, two-way players cannot play in the playoffs. You're basically, you only are on a regular season contract. They have to convert your deal. But Caleb Love, who's been a very good player for the Portland Trailblazers this year, and is trying to establish himself as one of the guys and somebody you want to have around, and being in the playoffs and understanding what it feels like, was left back to watch the game on his couch, to not be with the Portland Trailblazers as they're traveling. That's one of the other issues. And then they announced today in the latest move, this is stacking day after day after day, they announced that when the Portland Trailblazers return home for Game 3 and Game 4 of the playoffs, there will not be shirts for the fans to kind of show off that celebration, which the San Antonio Spurs did a very good job with their kind of retro 90s, 80s colors at their home game. Any one of those, maybe not the coach, $1.5 million, and honestly, the players not being able to stay in the hotel. Any one of those, though, by itself, I might be able to excuse. You stack up there of cost-cutting measures that way as a brand new owner is such a major red flag for me if I'm a fan of that team. And then you look back to what he did owning the Hurricanes, and he, kind of relevant to us, cut their radio cast for their games and only does a simulcast with TV, which is very old school. You know, that is what they used to do with Hot Rod, but certainly is not the case anymore. Everybody has radio talent in addition to your play-by-play broadcast on TV, because it's actually two very different jobs. If I'm watching it, I don't need you to tell me everything that's going on. If I'm listening to it, I need to hear everything, so they don't really work well together. But it sounds like there's a real cheapskate taking over in Portland, which is somewhat ironic because Paul Allen was one of the richest owners, if not the richest owner in all of sports before Steve Ballmer. And they're going to be on a shoestring budget, and that doesn't bode well. You might be able to get away with it some in the NHL. It's not going to play well in the NBA.
I think Allen was richer than Ballmer.
You're probably right.
So I don't care about the two-way guys. Who cares about that? That's just dumb. That feels like somebody finding
now,
something
I will
to
tell
freak
you,
out about.
Nobody else does this. Everybody else travels their two-way players.
I know, but I don't care about that. The hotel thing is interesting. Just to make this local, do you think Ryan Smith requires the Jazz to make money to have cash flow?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Mark Davis has to have cash flow.
Yes. Owner of the Raiders.
And because he doesn't have, I pick Mark just because he doesn't have any other streams of income. He's just the owner of the Raiders. That's where his money lies. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but sports organizations, we've talked about, it's the world's greatest place to park extreme amounts of money. What it doesn't do is give you a yearly dividend.
Correct. It doesn't give you walking around cash.
It doesn't give you walking. People don't realize that, because that was always the criticism of Larry, and I think it was kind of Larry Miller, and I think it was kind of unfair. They said he just made the playoffs every year because that's where his profit came from, and he didn't care about investing that profit in the team to get them to a championship. He just cared about the playoffs. And what's true in that criticism is that is where they make their because they budget, and they have to, because of the collective bargaining agreement, for all the revenue made during the regular season is all spoken for.
Yeah.
In fact, 48% goes to the players off the top. That is before.
Might be higher now. Yeah.
No, I think
whatever. Neither here nor
Derek
there.
Fisher lost 2 points, and it went from 50-50 to players get 48. So 48% of the revenue is automatically going to the players, and that's teams that are at the salary cap. Then you're talking about operating costs and employees and all this stuff. And Ben, basically most franchises break even at best.
Year to year.
Year to year, at best. And the value comes in when you eventually sell the team. Mm-hmm. But if you're looking at it as, wow, we've got to stay cash positive, that's rough. It's rough. And so if you see a new owner who's all of a sudden doing this because he's worried about being cash flow positive or worried about cash flow in general, I would agree with you. It's a bad sign.
It's a really bad sign.
But isn't this the same bozo that created that stupid league that had the Stallions?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I think you're right.
This is that same bozo who decided that was a good idea, and I'm sure he lit a bunch of money on fire. I mean, so...
Look, he's off to a rough start. He came in, remember, he pressured the local government there to pay for renovations for, was it the Rose Garden up there? I don't know if it's still what it's called.
It's the Moda Center.
The Moda Center, because there was a real threat that they were going to move out of Portland. But he got them to rally and spend the money to pay for this arena to keep it in Portland, not to rebuild, not to build an entirely new one. This is a bad sign. And look, Portland sports right now is not super healthy, which is really good news for the state of Utah because it's probably going to be why we end up getting a Major League Baseball team in the next few years. Portland would have been the other location, and it's just a bit of a wreck. And now whatever money they did have is going to the Moda Center, the former Rose Garden. If he's going to be cheap, Portland is not a destination for players. It's a very cool sports town. It's a cool has cool basketball history. It seems to always have like a very cool player there, and Damian Lillard's certainly captained that ship for a while, minus a couple of years in Milwaukee. If you've got a bad owner, people aren't going to go play in Portland. There's no reason to. And that's unfortunate because it's a cool city, it's a cool team historically, and a bad owner might ruin it.
Well, they've been out to screw over the Jazz for years, so I'm sure most Jazz fans don't feel bad about that.
For Paul Millsap.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We have Live at 5:05 coming up next. Then rules of the show at 5:30. Stick around. 97.5 the KSL Sports Zone.
Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.